And the little pink princess dragon. Hello, everybody. We got stuff to show you. Yes, we do. We are in a collab with some really nice ladies. The Chillin' Chicks. I'm not positive if that's right, but check out the playlist because it's in there somewhere. Anyways, we are kind of going back through time, and we're going to, find our oldest eyeshadow palette, or, whatever palette, but for me, it's an eyeshadow palette. Basically the oldest one that you have that's still usable, or, not, whatever. A lot of ladies started makeup. What is this thing where I'm coughing? I don't know, but a lot of people started makeup way earlier in the game than I did, and so they may not have their first palettes anymore. So I think that it's going to kind of be like, the one that you've had the longest that's still usable, kind of a deal. I still have my first palette, so let's go and revisit those, shall we? I hope you'll do it. Okay, so let's start out with my very first two palettes. My very first palette, which, I joined BoxyCharm to get this palette. This is the Volume 2 Rainforest of the Sea from Tarte. Still got my little thing, and I still have the box that it lives in too. This is what she looks like. The gold in here, which is this one right here, it was uncanny. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. There she is. It's just not what it used to be. It's getting kind of waxy, and it's not really good. I really don't want to put it on my eyes anymore. She's got to be 7 or 8 years old. But that is so pretty. That is so pretty. Yes, it can sit on my bureau. It is so pretty. Now, I didn't really know what to do with eyeshadow. I got that gold, and I didn't know what to do with it. I was just like, it's so pretty, I gotta have it. But then, I didn't know what to do with it. So, it just kind of sat around and looked pretty, and, still does. And as you can see, I did hit it up a little bit, but it's not like I hit pan anywhere, right? So, my second palette from Pure Cosmetics, P-U-R-E. This is a dupe for one of the Naked palettes from Urban Decay. I think the third Naked, the Naked 3, whatever. I think this was kind of a dupe for that. The Buff Collection is the name of this one. And I do think the packaging on this one is pretty. It's plastic, but it's a nice hard plastic. I learned a lot from this palette. As you can see, I hit pan on every one of them except these two. This is one of those, it's a matte with glitter in it. And while it looks beautiful in the pan, I had no idea what to do with that. Blacks, I was afraid of black. I didn't know what to do with a black to begin with. So I really didn't use that, but she is pretty in the pan, isn't she? You're not getting the whole effect. It's full of sparkle though. But yeah, I did. And now she's really dried out. There it is. It doesn't blend, and it's not really usable anymore. But I did do a lot of experimenting with that palette and really learned a lot. At that time, I was getting the Ipsy, the little bag. That's all they had was the little bag. Okay, so my oldest usable palette, and this is the third palette that I acquired. This is the Scarlet Palette by Valentine Palette. ValentinePalette.com is the brand. Okay, that's the brand. It's Valentine Palette. Since they came out with this was their first palette, and since they've come out with this, they've done a lot more. So they're worth going and checking out. Not real expensive, but not real cheap either. Kind of an in-between thing. This one, the packaging is kind of Morphe-ish, but, you know, like I said, this was her first palette, so, you know, you have to get your toes wet, right? This was before she had, like, a partner or anything, and it is called the Scarlet Palette for a reason. There is a whole lot of, I mean, there's a lot of neutral in there, but there's a whole lot of pink, some peach, some gold, a little bit of kind of a lavender right there. You know, she's a pretty thing. And it's also waterproof, which I totally tested out because I was like, hey, whatever. And I did. I put swatches on my arm, and then I ran water over it, and by golly, she's waterproof, all right. It does. It just, you know, runs right off of it. So it is waterproof. Are all of hers? I don't know, but I know this one is. Okay, we're going to actually use her, and none of these have names. They're just, you know, beautifulness. So we are going to, and you know, the last time I used this palette, truthfully, I didn't know as much as I do now. It's been a long time since I've used her. I had a hard time digging it out. I was like, where did I put that palette? And she was a favorite for a while. So yeah, I do need to. Okay, what are we going to use for a transition shade? Now we got all this in here. I'm not seeing a transition shade. A lot of sparklies, which is, you know, a good thing. Love me some sparklies. Okay, okay, maybe we just won't go with it. Alright, I'm going to use this sort of, this pink right here is a matte. I'm going to use that for my crease and under the brow kind of thing going on here. Because, you know, we're going to be doing a pink look. I mean, with this palette, not a whole lot of choice. Although I guess you could do, you know, a little bit of a neutral look with this. There are some browns and beiges in here. Some golds, you know, but am I going to get in there with all that pink and not do pink? I think not. So, totally, do you remember? Do you remember that long ago? How long have you been, you know, doing makeup? Did you start when you were a kid? You know, was it something you shared with your mom? My mom wasn't really into a lot of makeup. I don't think she ever wore foundation. I never had anyone to learn from until I started getting the Ipsy, and basically that's what started me, was the whole Ipsy thing. That's what got me started. Whew. Yeah, that's pretty. That is pretty. All right, so now we're going to go with the outside corner, for which y'all know I really like this Luxie brush. Does it have a number on it? I'm sure it does. Do I know what it is? Sure I do not. It's the 239 Precision Shader. Anyways, I think I have 2 of these. I really like this. Okay, I'm going to go with something a little dark for that outside corner. I'm kind of undecided between this one and this one. I think I'm going to go with this one. I think I am. I'm going to go with that one. And this is an old palette now. I've had this palette a long time, and she is still doing the prettiness. It's going on fine. It's not, you know, it's not going like powdery. It's not going all over my face. Ooh. Wow, let's kind of pull that into the crease just a wee bit. Wow. Put a little bit more on this other eye. So I'm really interested to see because, you know, like I said, mine's like 7 years old. But, you know, most of these ladies have been doing makeup for a long time. So even if they don't have their original palette, I'm hoping that they will, you know, remember what it was and mention, you know, perhaps the brand. You know, was it a good palette? Was it like, yeah, it was my first palette. I didn't know what I'm doing and it sucked. You know, I mean, I'm really, really looking forward to hearing and seeing what everybody else is doing. Wow, that is so freaking pretty. Okay. You know there's going to be some shiny going on here now. Okay, shininess. Where is my little black one that I love so much for my lid? And this plays well with brushes. Like, you know, some makeup, that was one of the things with, I think it was the Tarte, was that original Rainforest of the Sea. It didn't play well with brushes. You had to have the right brush or you had to use your finger. And this, you can pretty much anything. So what are we going to go on the lid with? Wow. I don't know. Let me see. There's just so much prettiness in here. I don't know. That's beautiful. Do I really want to go that dark? Okay, let's try this one. Again, though. Well, and that's a matte, too. Y'all know I like me some sparkles. Ooh. That's kind of pretty. I think I'm going to go with that one. Ooh, wait a minute. What do I got? Wait a minute. Hold the door. What do we got over here? Ooh, yeah. I'm going to go with that one. Okay, so we're going with this one right here. That almost looks a little bit purplish. Wow. Yeah. And yeah, it's waterproof. And I'm going to take it off by spitting on it, right? Yeah, no. Alright. It does come off easily with makeup remover, though. So, you know, there's that. Ooh. Wow. This, you know what? This is a palette that I totally need to keep available. Keep out where I can get my hands on it, because I seriously need to... I need to use this palette more. Y'all know how much I like pink. I didn't tap my brush off, which was stupid. And there was quite the assortment of pink in here. Plus, you know, I probably should have had this one out for Valentine's. But, you know, the thing is, I used it, I think it was last year in February. I had this in the monthly palette picks. Which, if you watch me, you know that I have so many stinking palettes. Every month, I switch out the palettes that I'm using, which, you know, doesn't mean I'm not going to use any other palettes. It just, those are the ones that are going to live on my desk, you know. Matter of fact, I just did a small declutter, and Tiffany Nicole offered to take a couple of used palettes off of my hands because I just felt like I wasn't reaching for them. And yeah, there's that. Okay, what are we gonna do? Okay, I'm thinking this like pink silvery kind of thing right here is gonna be great for like that inside dot and right up under the brow. Let me see, where's my brush for under the brow? There it is. Let's find out, because we're going to do some pink here now. I'm going out today too, and you know what? It's going to look just fine. I wish, I mean, the only thing that's lacking out of here, and I say this now, because at the time, I wouldn't have known what to do with it, but I think that it would have been nice to have a black in here. I do like a black and pink combo. I like to put black in this outside corner sometimes. And let's face it, this color I have in the outside corner would look beautiful with a black. Wow. And it blends like so nicely. And this is not... I think original, like if you just went and paid full price, it's like $65. But it's always on, there's, you know, she's always got some kind of sale going on. I think I paid like maybe $40 for it, which I feel is not bad. Okay, I'm going to go like that inside highlight right there. You know what? I didn't turn on my ring light, so let's turn that on, cause whoa, right? Now you can see every wrinkle on my face. Ooh, every wrinkle on my face. And I'm gonna pull this under a little bit. I don't like to get too much pink under the eye because it can make you look kind of almost sickly. You know, like you got pink eye or something. But this is pretty sparkly. Ooh. Ooh. That is beautiful. I just, like the minute I sit down in this chair, well, no, because this is where I sit to do makeup and I'm fine every day. But the minute I sit down and turn on a video, like, yeah. Sneezing. I guess I'm allergic to YouTube now, right? So yeah, there she is. Valentine palette is the brand, and this is the Scarlet palette. I actually have another palette this size that's a rainbow palette. I think it's called the Wildflower, and it's, I do like the formula. Her original formula was the best. When she partnered with somebody else, I think that they kind of, you know, made some changes. And I haven't really purchased anything from her in a while. I probably ought to go check her out, because no, I don't need to go check out anybody else's makeup. All right, I'm going to be back in a minute. We're going to do, you know, some lashes, some lips, and be back to see what this looks like and if it still looks as great as I think it does. Ooh, she's a pretty thing. All right, you guys. Here's the final look. I decided not to do lashes. I just went with mascara. Again, you can see every stinking wrinkle, but, you know, What do you think? I think it blends beautifully. The colors are still just vibrant. And, you know, the shimmers are still shimmery. I really like this palette. So, what do you think? Like, I've got Tarte Rainforest of the Sea, Volume 2. The Buff Collection from Pure Cosmetics. And the Scarlet Palette from Valentine Palette. Like, have you ever owned these palettes? Have you heard of these companies? Have you tried these companies? Do you have an opinion? Do you not have an opinion? What was your first palette, and do you still have it? Let me know. Comment below. Love hearing from you guys. This was really fun. You know, thank you so much, Jen from Jen's Hangout, for hosting this. Please check out the playlist below. And love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Stick around. We're going to have more fun next week. Until the next time, I hope you wake up dancing. Wake up dancing. Boom, boom. Wake up dancing. Wow, I do like that palette. Every single day. Bye-bye.